Welcome to the official AFL Fantasy podcast with the Traders.
G'day with the Traders, I'm Roy, the coach of Destroy, and I'm here with Warnie.
Coach of the Warn Dogs.
And Calvin.
Coach of Mighty Calvinator.
All right, boys, it's time to have a look at the mighty Gold Coast Suns from a fantasy perspective.
Our Gold Coast Suns.
Our former.
No, we're 2022 members as well, lads.
Did it roll over?
Yep, we're in.
They got us.
Oh, not again.
We get to see them out the back here at Utah Stadium this year.
We're on again.
Can't wait.
There you go. That's good news to start my day. I didn't realise I was
Didn't even know I was
again.
That's great.
Awesome. I'm
Thanks,
happy to
Warren.
be there.
Yeah.
May the sun rise again.
Yes.
Yes. And I think it will, because they are led by
Oh, my God.
somebody that is just a ridiculously huge price tag.
Doesn't matter.
But he's just got
24,000.
this work rate that backs up that price, because he's the most dominant player in the fantasy landscape at the moment. Touk Miller.
Yes.
Could you do it? Now, Cal, I should really throw to you here, because you've been riding that tuk-tuk for at least the second half of the season, and it looked a damn good ride from where I was sitting.
It sure is. I'll give you a tip. Pay up. Simple as that, Roy.
You can't, can you?
He averaged 122, Roy.
He did average 122, and he was pumping out scores. He had two scores in the 140s, a 150 and a 160.
Can score and can just hunt the peel or hunt the contest.
Yep.
He will be there.
And one thing I respect
He does
about him,
tackle as well.
He does.
He does everything.
And he will even do it in the last 30 seconds of games when they've been pumped.
Smart.
He is. He just goes, he works really hard, he tries to set an example, and it all equals points. You can't start with him.
Why not?
Too expensive. But where does he go in draft?
Oh, he's top 5. Easy.
Oh, thanks for
No
that
worries.
insight.
I'm just saying,
Is he number one?
Like
Is he number one?
That
See,
dog is why I threw that question
I've got
out there.
Steele ahead of him.
Yeah, right.
I don't really know why.
No.
But I do. Both he and Touk have signed extended deals. So
See, that's a concern. That's a concern.
Are we officially going to pronounce his name correctly from now on?
Touk. We've been told by the Gold Coast Suns to pronounce it correctly.
Have we?
Yes.
Apologies, Touk. Way more fun when we're talking about a Touk.
Like Luke.
Right.
Touk.
He went at 126 after his bye. There's meat on the bone, Roy. There's meat on the bone.
What did he go at?
126 after his
It's only
bye.
4 more points.
Hey.
Come on, cow.
8 if
That's
it's the
not a
captain.
good stat.
8 if the captain, dog.
I'm calling bargain.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, obviously, if you love that guy, you pay up, because you don't want to watch him and not have him if you are a Touk lover.
That's
because
correct.
he's going to dominate, and he'll do it again. Talking of dominating, it's not like we ever doubt this guy, but for some reason, the Suns never give Fiorini a chance from the start of the season. Now, he played one game in the first 13 rounds before he was given a chance through injury and stuff like that to finish off the year, and he went full beast mode.
Didn't he ever?
He averaged 110 to finish the season. Now, he's priced at 102.
Do you know why? Because he only played 9 games, so he got a 3% discount on his 105.3 average.
Bargain. Lock.
Like, the dude's a machine.
Yeah, he is.
So, look,
Where is he? Are they going to
I
give
don't
him
know.
games?
Well, I don't know. If he is in the team, he is built for fantasy, this guy.
Yep.
Drafts are really interesting.
Isn't
one.
it ever?
There'll be drafts where people go early on him.
Yep.
And there'll be drafts where they go really late on him.
He could break your draft
I'm
season.
just going to
He
let
could.
someone take him.
He could
'cause
also
he'll be
make
ordered
it.
there in the
Yeah,
105 with players around at 105.
Imagine if you get him late.
Yeah, he could
So
change
anyway,
a year.
he's just a really
Think about all the
interesting
guys
guy.
that will be further down the draft list
Yep.
that will do better than him, though.
If
I don't know, dog.
he plays, he scores.
I'm not sure why you hate Fiorini so much, dog.
Hate the way that you can't pronounce his name. Again, 2 from 2 we are.
Okay.
On this.
Well, okay.
Who's next on the list? Oh, no. Cow, can you read it?
Lukosius.
Lukosius. Lukosius. Yeah,
It's Lukosius, isn't it?
it is.
Lukosius.
Lukosius. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got that one right.
Good work. So, Lukosius now, Dog.
Oh,
you
Dog
love this
loves
guy.
him.
He's a gun.
Yeah, he is a gun, and he's really relevant this year. So he's got that dual position status. So defender mid, $7.21. It's a big
Okay.
price
It
tag.
is.
But what he showed in the second half of the year was a little bit more up the ground. He was playing on the wing.
Yep.
He wasn't losing those uncontested marks, but he was finding more of the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. He's someone that I will have on my watch list. If he's on a wing...
Needs to be.
If he's on a wing racking up, he's someone you definitely bump up your draft rankings.
Yes.
But he's also...
Likes to kick in
he does.
to himself from
And
full
then
back.
push
You have to
up.
kick it to
Yeah,
yourself.
he was even getting a few kicks at goal in the second half of the year. So he's someone that I would certainly be watching closely over the preseason. Now, preseason watch, this guy is perfect for it. Jack Bowes.
Oh, yeah. Well,
So he
already.
started the year like this. We were talking about him making the rolling 22 after the first 8 rounds where he averaged
You would have had it
102.
D1, I reckon.
You got in there, I reckon.
Potentially.
Yeah.
100. Actually, he did too. He
Yeah.
was in there. Of
course.
So he averaged 102. He was taking kick-ins. He was finding a heap of the ball. Now listen to how he finished.
Oh, no.
He averaged 68 for the last 10 rounds.
That's gross, isn't it?
It's disgusting. Now, reports are that he's training with the midfield group.
Correct.
We know he's a guy
Wayne
that
Campbell
can
said that.
rack. Hughes out. There's a spot there.
What can he be? Priced at 81.
Oh, no, he can be over 90.
So I don't think we touch him in Classic.
Don't you?
Well,
I'd be
no.
excited.
Would you?
About that.
Yeah.
Under 700,000.
He is...
Just a throwaway spot in your defence.
Put him in your little book, Roy.
Oh, he's in the book.
Oh, good.
So
yeah, he's
draft.
100% in the book.
So what's that next to his name? 81.
Yeah.
He's better than... He's doing that at worst anyway.
100%.
Would you agree?
Yes.
So
He
therefore,
can't
you're getting...
get any worse than that last 10.
So you're going to have to choose where you're going to put him in your draft rankings. 85, is that even a little bit too conservative?
It
Could you
is.
put him
I-
around the 90 range?
Agree.
I like the conservative approach because, you know, we do a lot well, but in the past we have maybe projected players too high.
Yeah, look, he's
this
gone
time of year.
68. We look at players who finished the season well. He
Yeah.
did not.
No.
68 in his
So we're
last 10.
chasing the start
But it
of
was
his last
after,
year.
it was after the injury.
It was after
was.
injury. But what? How can an injury affect you that badly? If you get back on the park, you can't forget the football like he did. But
Were there any
anyway,
scores you could take out? Maybe.
I
take
reckon.
out his whole second half of the year. Since he came back from that injury, he did not score triple figures on one occasion.
Yeah.
He was limping.
Yeah,
He was very, very sore, Roy.
Yeah, he must have been. Now, this is a legit option. So we talk about starting the year with set and forget rucks, or we chase value.
Oh, God, here we go.
This value option is too hard to ignore.
Okay.
Jarrod Witts,
572.
572. That is way too cheap.
It is
I
cheap.
think he's a starting ruck in our classic teams.
Yes.
You happy with
I
that?
had him at R2 in my initial squad.
Really?
Yep.
So he started the year really well before he was injured. Did I write it down there? Yeah, 83 and 110
Yeah.
in his first 2 games
And then that ACL.
before that ACL. So he's had great averages over the course of time, 94, a 104. His Corona Bowl year was just a mess.
Yeah, it was.
So it ended up being
Played
an
every game,
81,
but he was, yeah.
it was just
Just
not...
didn't suit him.
It didn't suit
It's
him
an
at all.
outlier.
It is, 100%. There's outliers both ways in that year, and that's one for him. So he's priced at 68.
Yeah.
That is so
That's
far
the key.
under.
So what do you got there?
I think he goes 85 minimum.
Same.
So let's call it 88. Let's
Yeah.
say there's 20
20
points
point
of
up, yeah.
upside.
Yeah. Now, the thing, they have got Chol coming into
Yeah.
the side. I think they might give Witsy a bit more of a rest. Not an in-game rest, I mean.
Yeah, yeah,
Chol
yeah.
might chop out
Yeah.
a little bit more. Cause,
Or some of those other great rucks that they had playing this year.
well, that's the thing.
That's the thing. They've got no
They got
one
no
else.
rucks,
no,
yeah.
no. So he's still going to be the man,
All right.
but they might protect him a little bit more coming off that injury.
I think I'm off him just because Dog was on him.
Yeah.
Remember?
Dog was on him at the worst time.
I know.
Ever. But another guy that we have to seriously consider, Matt Rowell's price tag is unbelievably
Have to
low.
do it.
So 464. Now, we all remember when he burst onto the scene and pumped out a couple of hundreds within his first 3 games, that
Yep.
if it was, they were Corona Ball adjusted to 130s.
Yeah, so a 130 and a 135.
Wow.
So that's
In
where
his
that
first
guy
5
is
games.
at. Now, he got injured. We started with him based
Yes.
on that because we thought he was a bargain last
Yeah.
year, and he got injured
was 16
that round
points,
1.
it was
our
Jesus.
season was over before it started, as usual. But when he came back, he wasn't himself. So he ended up with an average, a top score after he came back of 73. So he's priced at 55.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, it just picks himself.
Like he's a star.
So he's
He
not
will
much
be a
more
star.
than when he was the number one pick and
No.
made a bulk
Yes.
coin in those first 5 weeks.
Yeah.
So there's a very easy mid-price for us to start with this year.
I think I'm starting with too many Kangaroos and Gold Coast players, Roy.
We will have to cull.
I
Seriously,
think
cull.
Rao is almost one of the biggest locks in the game.
Yeah, I agree.
And if you could fit him in there at your M6, like that's which I think we can this year.
Yeah.
It's
a good name
perfect.
to have there.
It's perfect.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Now, Charlie Constable. They've
Right.
obviously
Okay.
got him across. There's opportunities there
Yep.
with Hugh gone as well. The dude's ready-made. Now, it's going to be too expensive.
Yeah.
513.
Yeah.
But he's going up.
Price him at
on that.
61.
It prices him at 61. Now, if you can cast your mind back to 2019, he played 7 games back then for an average of 83.
Yep.
That included a 106 and a 107.
Yeah.
So there is no way he's going up 20 points probably,
Yeah.
assuming he's there to play games, which I think he is.
It'd be definitely a pre-season watch, won't he, to see what
He's
they
definitely in
wanna
the
do
book.
with him.
Definitely
Yeah,
in the book.
he's in the book. You wouldn't want to do it due to that price tag, but if you saw him in the preseason starting in the middle, pumps out a couple of preseason tons,
Oh. Yep.
you still couldn't do it. But, he's someone that is going to be underpriced, and we all know that. Now, Elijah Hollands is where it's at. So before he did his ACL in his draft year, there were people talking about him potentially going number 1.
Yep.
Now, the gift that we have this year is he's priced at 190.
Yeah.
And he's got forward status to go with his midfield.
And he's had his year in the system.
He has. He ticks all
He was
boxes.
injured but trained through. And he was looking like he was probably going to get a game
Yes.
later in the season.
Correct. And they've held him out, which is beautiful for us.
Yep.
Because that's a gift. He starts on our ground
Had
in
some
our
good
forward
VFL
line.
games. So,
He did.
Yep.
Yeah.
He'll be one of the most picked players, surely.
Yeah.
And, make him your F6.
100%.
Yep.
That's where I'm thinking at
Yep.
this stage. Now, there's a few other guys around. Like, there's people like Isaac Rankin who are supposed to be good.
Yeah.
He averaged 51.
Yep.
Now, they always talk about him being pushed into the midfield.
Yep.
I'm not sure what that looks like or where they're thinking with that this year, but guys like that's just so cheap. 51. He's better than that, but obviously last year he wasn't.
Bit up and down, I reckon.
He is.
That's the thing. It'll be
For
tough
sure. I
without
wouldn't be recommend getting him by any means. But they're the guys that I liked from GC.
So out of that, then, we're looking at maybe 3 in Holland, sorry.
That's 100%.
Rowell and Witts.
That's 100%. That's 100%. There's 3 of them in your
Witts,
starting
100%?
squad. Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
I want a Grundy Witts
Is that the team
ruck
that
combo.
you made the other day, Dog?
Yeah,
Witts
yeah.
is in that, isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good. I chose him over Bruce for 200k difference between those two. Which
Yeah.
is
It's
a
amazing
lot.
as well.
Because that's
but
the
I
thing.
feel there's more. He's their number one ruck. Bruce
yeah.
could share a bit with Flynn or be
100%.
rested.
He's
because of
fraught
his
with
Mummy.
danger.
Yes,
he
it
is
is.
fraught
Yeah,
with
yeah, yeah.
danger. That's why I'll probably end up with Witts Bruce because
Same.
I love the.
Same
I
as
love
last
to just
year.
run the gauntlet.
Yes.
One other one, Roy, I wanted to say,
Oh, yes.
Jez McLennan. I reckon he's got to be a chance.
Yep.
190k defender.
Yep.
This is 4th year on the list.
He's a chance every year.
But he was a first round draft pick. You've kept that guy on the list. Like he's at some point, surely he gets a game and therefore comes in
Possibly.
and we make
Possibly.
some money out of him at some point. 190.
Butterick's
Put
cheap
him-
too. He's priced at 44.
Butterick.
Yeah.
Again.
Put him in the
Did
book.
you do it? Good work.
Good work, Roy.
Gold Coast Suns. Our Gold Coast
Gold
Suns.
Coast
Yeah. Now,
Let's go.
Make sure you are tuning into the podcast as they drop, as we run through these club previews. Hit up Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and click back to afl.com.au and the AFL Live app for more fantasy content this preseason.